So these are the two holes that I'm going to be repairing in my home. And I've been to the hardware store, to Lowe's, and I've picked up a few different things. I have here a repair kit. It's a kit that has everything you need to repair a hole. This is a high-strength small hole repair kit. I've also picked up another patch in case I mess up or need more than what I got in the kit. And so I'm just prepared to be able to get the job done. And if this isn't enough of the bonding or this spackle that comes with the kit, just in case I needed more, I have purchased another tub of spackle. And so this will come with a patch. It also comes with a spreader, a spatula type of thing. And of course, you could use a spatula. I've repaired many holes with butter knives and things like that. It's just smoother with one of these guys right here. So let's get started. Okay, what we're gonna first start doing is when you need to take off any loose ends, loose fibers, and so forth of the holes. So here you got this, just take that down. This is a piece of kind of like a sandpaper and a sponge that came with the kit. And you're just gonna clean off the area of the hole. Okay, and one of the things that I have here, so this is gonna be dusty, so I have a towel put down over the carpet so that I can gather all the dust and everything. You could also have a vacuum cleaner and be sucking up the dust while you're working, but I've chosen not to do that and just put the towel down. Okay. Now on the first hole, I've got this patch, and these patches are there's adhesive patches they're like a big band-aid that's going to go right over the hole. You put that on, and it's got this mesh. You can see the mesh in there. That's going to help, and you want to get it all on there really good and tight. Okay, and it's got a hard metal type of a surface in there, and it's covering up, or plastic in this one, it's covering up the hole very nicely. Now there's a little plastic cover over the mesh, and you're going to take that off. Okay, and that just comes right off. Just go over it with your hands is fine. Make sure everything is down, pressed in good, okay? And now you're ready to get the spackle on. Okay, I've gone and put the other patch on both, so patches are on both holes. So I did do a good thing by buying two patches. Sometimes they come with multiple. The kit that I purchased only had one, so that second patch came in handy. Okay, now we're going to put the spackle on and spread it using this tool that came with the kit. Okay, the spackle, it comes in the tub. Okay, when you're working in your apartment, when your apartment is going to be covered by the landlord being able to replace and repair the normal activities of your appliances, your sinks, your plumbing, and so forth. But when you put a hole in the wall, that's going to be your deal. And remember, one of the things you want to do when you're done, when you move out of that apartment, is to be able to get your security deposit back. With holes like this in the wall, you will not get all of that security deposit. And you want to make sure that that's done so you're keeping up with your maintenance in your apartment. Okay, That's a very important thing to learn in this lesson, is to stay on top of your maintenance, protect that security deposit, because you want to be able to get that back. Because when you move into a new apartment, they're going to be asking for a security deposit also, and then you'll just be able to transfer that. Okay, so let's put the spackle on. Okay, so you've got your tub, just hold it in one hand, and then your spatula in the other, your trowel, and you're going to just get a big lump of it, and you're going to just put it over it. And it's going to work into that mesh, and it'll become part of your wall. I've never used this. I have not used this brand of spackle before, and so we'll see how this goes. Okay, I've got the first one done, and I'm starting on the second, and you'll see that it's kind of rough, but that's what the sandpaper's for. It'll take you want to let it dry and set for about 24 hours. And let's get this second one done, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, here we are with 2 patched holes, and it looks kind of rough, but it will be sanded tomorrow after it's dried for 24 hours, and then we will be able to paint it. And I have paint the same color as the paint on the wall. I've leftover paint from when we painted upstairs, same color. So we have painting to do and some sanding to do, and then we'll be done and no more holes. All right. Hello, welcome back. It's the next day, and we are going to sand our patch. Everything is really solid in there, and so I think we've got a good thing going. So we're just gonna sand it. This isn't the best sandpaper that came with the kit, but we will sand it, and we'll be right back. Okay, well, we're back, and it has been dried and sanded, and now I'm getting it prepped to paint. It's all prepped, ready to paint. I've got tape down to protect the baseboards, and that's called painter's tape. And then I'm just going to start painting. Okay. So I've got the first hole somewhat painted, and I'm using a sponge brush because that's what I had, and it works just fine. You can see I can put paint on that tape and not worry about it getting on the baseboard and getting down into that edge. Okay. Maybe should have I could have put tape up here by the wall bracket also, but I didn't. And so you're just gonna give it a good coat, and good amount of paint on it. It was nice that we had some of the same paint that we used in the wall on all of our walls in the past, so it'll match. Okay, so that'll dry, and as it dries, it'll dry more of the color of the other walls that you see, and that's about it. I might put a little bit more paint on it, but that's 2 holes that started in the wall, and they're no longer there. Okay. It's important to fill in the holes in the wall, because those holes can cost you dearly when you move out, and you don't want to. You want to make sure that you get your security deposit. It's also nice to be able to see your home in a nice, well-kept way. These holes here have been covered up by furniture for the last 12 years or so. And we very well may have furniture in front of it again. But for right now, it's going to be just fine. And I'm going to show you one other thing before we finish this series. Okay, something I noticed while I was in here working on these walls is that here we had some pictures or something hanging on the wall, and those nails were removed when we took the furniture out, and we don't want that left like that. So while I've got the paint, I am going to just patch these holes, and again, this doesn't take a whole lot. Where are we? Just a little bit. We'll cover that hole up, and all of these holes. I'm famous for making lots of holes because it wasn't quite even or what have you. And so I'll try and everything, and so now those little holes are good to go. And that's about it. Okay? Minor maintenance keeps your home in a well-kept way. It's important.